Hopefully we can still rejoin that one. But
There we go. Anyway, hello everyone. I mean, now he's got a bar on my board,
well,
so
I should have all along. It's not your fault though. But I hate OBS and I hate YouTube. I don't know
didn't
what the problem was.
change a damn thing.
Well, can you hear me now, guys?
I can hear you, but that was never in question.
Well, you could hear me the whole time, so that's
Yeah.
not really. Yeah.
And please unlist the other one, because that one's not important. You want people to click on this prime beefcake Klingon man thumbnail. Please, general something or other. Who knows? But 7 likes already, that's pretty good. Let me reload my Premiere folder with all the screen caps I had pre-prepared.
And let's just make sure that they can hear me. Hear me.
Say that was interesting. That isn't just me talking last time. I think we just said hello, really. I think you guys are pretty.
Well, I said next, and this upcoming season on Trekyards.
Ah, yes.
Someone with talent.
Yes,
maybe.
that was funny. You guys can hear it, but I laughed. How I was like, oof. He told it better the first time, You can never tell a joke a second time, Doesn't quite work.
No.
Oh, there's a. What is this? Oh, it's the timer. Right, that's why there's a green box. I was like, there's a green box there. But yes, this was a nice. Like I was trying to say last time, before I was really interrupted by the chat being very useful and helpful. Gar. I was saying that this next one was quite a fun thing to have, and it you don't take it all, you can't take it all in first time round. And what I love about this format, you took screen caps, I refined them just down to one per note, so we have the best one, so it tells the narrative. And there's things you absolutely miss, which is great. And then this thing is not designed to be expertly dissected in this way, and by doing so, let's see what we can find. There's definitely a few things that I saw, etc. And we did the same thing for Discovery and Picard and all those ones. So it's a lot of a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta load the new stream. It's not loading for me. So
Where's
if there's any comments, let me know. What the hell? Hold on.
How is everyone doing today? Who's excited for tomorrow, Lower Decks?
I am.
Yes. And then who's excited for Samuel to spend an afternoon doing prep and then...
There we go. I missed the 2 super chats we had from Ozzy and the other chat. There was $5 each, so thank you, Ozzy. Sorry, they're gone now, but anyway, yeah, it's back up and running here, so that's good.
So can I let you start sharing?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. So thank you, Ozzy, for the super chats. Sorry I didn't get a chance to read them out loud. I apologize. If you want to put what you said back in the regular chat, I'll read it. You don't have to super chat again, but yeah, sorry about that, guys. Anyway, if you want a super chat, as Ozzy did in the last one, please feel free. It helps with the channel and gets your comment or question heard, gets it read on the air. So yeah, please do so if you can. It really helps us out. Also hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button and be sure to also share the video around if you can. And if you want to join the channel at the rank of commander, captain, or admiral, you can do that as well. That's always a fun way to help out. Or join us on Patreon at patreon.com/Trekyards. Again, all of the links to the relative stuff is in the description below of every video. So if you can check those out, please do. Lots of cool stuff down there, including the Teespring store, which has some cool Trekyards merchandise and things. So if you can, that'd be great. Anywho, we'll wait for Samuel to finish sharing, and then we can get to these 2 new super chats, which are great. And again, Ozzy, my apologies. If you just want to put what you said, if you remember, in the regular chat, I will read it out because I did not get the opportunity to do so on the last one before we had to restart the stream. So, again, my apologies. But OBS and YouTube, and when we don't change settings, it should just be the same when we start up, but apparently it's not. So, yeah. Anyway, everybody's talking about Stargate. Yeah. So, So it's apparently 10 episodes of Lower Decks is going to be the number. I kind of wish there were a few more, to be honest, but only 10. So we'll have to see what this season has in store for us.
But I'm sure they're starting to work on season 2. They can
I
roll
hope
right
so.
into it, can't they?
Yeah, yeah. So we got 2 super chats, 2 new ones. Tanushi, €5. I think this will be joked about in the series, but if most of meat foods are replicated, does that mean Starfleet officers are vegan by default?
I mean,
no.
Technically, they're not eating real meat.
Well, they can, though, when they go off-world, or if they,
Sure.
Yeah.
But the rest of the time, I mean, you are right, technically. Just like they're all sober because they don't drink real alcohol, except unless they obviously choose to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Ronin puts in $2. Looking forward to it. Yeah, we are as well. Yeah. And Ozzy throws in another $5. Yeah. Thank you, Ozzy. Today is a good day for some blood wine. Superior Commander Captain Foley with Klingon fertilizers, skeleton hands. Those are just words now, aren't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome back, guys. And make sure you hit that like button. That's very important as well. So please do so. Let's get those likes back up.
Yeah, but let's jump right in. So, before we go into the actual images, was there any like instant takeaway you had from this? They're just like, oh,
real Klingons, not Discovery Klingons. I mean, there's lots of good, and again, lots of canonical visual stuff that I was like, ooh,
it's not rocket science, Stuart.
No, it's not. It's simple, and it looks like they might have hit the nail on the head. So I'm very eager to see the rest of the season. I just wish there was more than 10 episodes for a short animated cartoon. There should be more than that, but well, it is what it is.
Season. I mean, who knows? But you're all right. It takes, massively less budget, massively less time, massively less effort to make this than live action. If it takes 4 months to build a physical set, like a really big one, or 2 months, doesn't take that to build most of the interiors for their ship. So, I mean, who knows? If this is popular, successful, then they could always up the show order for season 2. That'd be kind of cool. And especially if considering the live action stuff is going to be so much delayed due to COVID, it would make sense to give us a 20 episode season order, so that then you got 20 weeks of all access subscribers rather than 10, and then 8 months without anything. Because Nickelodeon doesn't count, because that's exclusive on Nickelodeon. It might not even be all access. They say exclusive, although that just might be exclusive outside of all access, which is, I guess, exclusive caveat outside of it.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that myself, whether it'd be on CB. You'd think it would be, for sure. But who knows?
Well, unless Nickelodeon paid for it all and they were sort of only on our thing. Who knows? But yeah, double the season order, give us more of this, so that you get more weeks. I mean, to be fair, give us a 52 episode season order. Whole year, every week.
Let's do it.
And at least 10 cameos by Commander Cockins and Captain Foley.
Or just one would be good too. Jason Moe, $10.
Although, hold on.
Guys,
wouldn't it be great though if we were in it? If we were asked to be in it, we were in it. Then we had to review the episode. We're in it as guest stars. So we didn't tell anybody. So we're reviewing it straight faced, and we appear on screen. That'd be awesome. Sorry.
I'd be like, I don't like these new characters.
So contrived.
Jason Moe.
He thinks he knows about Star Trek. Jeez, Mr. Engineer. God, too enthusiastic.
Are you gonna let me read Jason Moe's comment, or do you have a thing against Jason Moe?
Yes and no, in that order.
I like how he muted himself so I could actually read it. Jason Moe. Guys, it's been great watching your videos this past week. You seem genuinely happy with the show so far, and I agree. So nice to be excited for New Trek again, and fun to see your similar enthusiasm. Absolutely, Jason. We are excited. It has been very, very delightful to see actual real Trek, even though a lot of people say it's not real Trek because it's stupid and animated, but whatever. They don't know what they're talking about.
I mean, think about it. The last animated we got was the Ephraim and Dot.
Yeah.
And they shat all over canon. Sick bay
window. And sick bay.
Yeah. Yeah. Just having to shit out this stuff. So
registry number on crooked.
Enterprise A, even though it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, that had more honestly, that thing is absolute garbage. I forgot about it completely. Wow, that's so many problems, that one.
We should point out all the canon mistakes in that one day.
And it's sad because animated, you just don't do the mistake. Just proof watch. Come on.
Yeah. James McGill, $2. Today is a good day to watch Trekyards.
Yes. For Killers. Oh no, sorry,
Gosh.
sorry. No, we're back in Prime finally for Killers. See?
There you go. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't need to have a leash.
You okay?
Finally, I'm okay, Stuart.
Good. Aussie again throws in $5, and also a new warrior drink is for Worf with some prune juice. Skeleton heads. Now, Aussie, you didn't have to re-super chat. If you just put them in the regular chat, I would have reread them because you've already done that in the last one. But thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And Clay, yes,
Luke,
it is.
Luke Celeste throws in $10. Even if
Thank
Lower
you.
Decks does not deliver, Trekyards will. Well, we'll try. We'll try.
Well, and honestly, as we've always said, if they throw out a bad episode, we will call it out.
Mm-hmm.
We were as surprised as you guys were. I went in with very high expectations because I had a good feeling. So being met, you know, a lot of things recently, like the new Terminator film and such, you have to go in with lower expectations so you know they're not really going to achieve. You can enjoy them at different levels. That's why, at the time I joked, The Last Jedi was the best thing for Rise of Skywalker because it lowered your expectations just to the floor. And so you can't be disappointed in that film because you've already been dashed right down to the rocks, you know.
Yeah.
Best thing for it. But yes, this season on Lower Decks, the Klingons obviously, I think that was intentional because that's the first thing you see. So that is a statement of intent. It's like, oh no fuckers, we're doing Klingons right.
Yep.
You know.
And it references what she said in the first episode. Like, I got this from a Klingon guy with an eye patch. The same guy. We assume, anyway.
Well, I assumed, I thought that guy was old. I think they just have a few eye patch guys.
Wow. Anyway, he's got the Chang style eye patch. It's got the 3 bolts in it. So, I mean, that's cool.
He does. Which in itself is both a reference, but also could just be a standard issue. You know, the standard IKS. And this is the one with the JJ reference that we didn't call out last time because we didn't get to it. But this next time on represents a first in Trek Prime non-Paramount canon, where we implicitly use a J.J. Abrams design inside of a Prime timeline design, unless you include the USS Shinjo Captain's Chair, which is almost identical to the Franklin or Kelvin. There's quite a few designs that are almost identical, but whatever. But this is almost this is right on the money, and we'll get there. But it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Now we've got the merging of the licenses. Are we going to see JJ stuff? And hey, some of those designs aren't bad. Some are. Use the good ones.
Yeah. Hopefully you heard that.
Nope.
I cut off there.
All
right. Eric says, did they bolt the eye patch right into his skull? Yes, that's what's implied, even with Chang. And the bolts actually have a little Klingon pattern on them in Star Trek 6, like the Klingon emblem. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely is a symbol of intent. It's like, hey guys, we know... Because this guy looks as Klingon as you can get. Right armor, right batleth, right amount of hair, classic ridges, not too much. I mean, to a T. So yeah, and door opened, it was the right sound effect. So another attention to detail. But yeah, Klingon, we've got Klingons in it. Hey, use Klingons, use Andorians, use Romulans, use Tholians. We know Romulans are going to come in. So I guess this season they decided not to be shy on using classic races. Because it's the wide Star Trek universe. You know, like we've said for years, why invent races when they could use ones that already exist in the universe? Yes, you call it a reference or just using their culture. You know? Like there's a Ferengi in a clip for different things. It's like, well, yeah, Ferengi are a big resource. Use them. But yeah, what a great way to start a promo.
Yep. Yeah. So looking forward to seeing who this guy is. Whether he's somebody we know already.
He's an ambassador, did they say, or general?
I'm not sure.
They called that a special rank, either ambassador or general.
Yeah. But yeah, looking forward to seeing him. Now the next scene, we got some stuff on the table, and it looks like it might be makeup of some kind. I hope it's not vape pens.
It's engineering tools. I mean, they work in the engineering bay.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm still got PTSD from Picard, so I hope that's not what they are. But anyway, either tools or makeup or something. I don't know, because it looks like she's almost holding like a makeup thing for cover up or something. I don't know. I'm just, yeah.
And they make a joke about General da-da-da. I recognise that name. And this sort of joke I thought was a bit odd. All their
Oh,
names
all
sound
Klingon-
alike because they've got an apostrophe.
Yeah, yeah.
That feels a little bit racial to me. Like, it's funny, but I'm surprised to see that joke in 2020. I mean, it's true to some extent, but I'm surprised to see that. But
Yeah.
it's also a contextual thing. But does that mean that Worf is less Klingon because he hasn't got... But, you know, Kayla and Gowron. Gowron in it doesn't have one. Martok
Yeah, neither does
doesn't.
Kern.
Kern. I mean, may have only met a few.
Yeah. It's like saying all male Vulcans have the name that starts with S. I mean, not really true, but you know, I've heard that said before too.
We've certainly met a few. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they
and I want to know Spock's real name. I want to hear it. I want to hear Spock's real name. I don't care if we can't pronounce it. I want to hear it. It's unpronounceable by humans, he says. Well, let's still hear it. Anyway.
But it seems this group is already friendly. I like that. We're going right into them being friends. You want that dynamic of everyone working together. That's going to be the fun there.
Mm-hmm. Sci-Fi Nation is here with $2. Can't stay, dropping in and liking and sharing the stream. Well, thank you very much, Sci-Fi Nation. Much appreciated. Good to see you, sir. I'm willing to come on your channel anytime. Just shoot me a message.
And
you don't like talking. You never return my messages.
Says, was Worf named by Klingons? Yes, by his dad, because he was not like a baby.
Well, remember Colonel Worf from Star Trek 6, which was his grandfather.
Yeah, he's named after his own face sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he knew his parents. Like, they died young. It was young, but he knew them. You know.
Yeah. Luke Celeste, $5.
Hey.
Looks like a TOS communicator in her hand. Not really.
I think it's a roll of tape.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I can see why you say that actually now. But no, I don't think so. I think it's something that's like a round thing that she's holding sideways. So yeah.
Well, the more I've seen, and there's I think a picture of the set that they repair. So I kind of like.
Oh, I missed a super chat.
Oh,
sorry, dude, I'm getting called out. Jeff Jacobs, $2. Got here just in time for 50 again at 100 and 150. There you go.
See, Jeff's our good luck
Jeff.
charm. You know, we always get some likes when he's here. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of
likable guy.
I kind of like their repair yard. Like, I know another shot we've seen that rundown shuttle. In fact, there's I think it's a picture that Trekyards posted that they were given. There's engines like lined up against the wall, and they're like very TNG nacelle shuttle engines. So they're like older spare parts, etc. So there's some cool details. And so, you know, where do you work on this great second contact ship? The repair shop. Really? Yep. We work in the garage.
That's still cool, man.
It is, but that's a unique, you know. It's like I always remember those shots in Voyager where we see the Delta Flyer being built in this great, cool shuttle bay which doesn't exist on the ship because it has a dip that doesn't exist. It's a big room. Where is it? There's always a cool bit of CG.
Yeah. Prime 1351,
Hey.
$5. Love hearing you guys talk Lower Decks. Seems like all the other YouTubers have decided they hate it because of reasons. Yeah, I haven't watched any of them, but I haven't really seen any positive thumbnails coming through when I'm scrolling through, which is a shame.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I enjoyed it, so I'm just going to tell you what I thought of it. You know, Samuel enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, humor's subjective, and you cannot like cartoons. So like we said before, there's a bigger barrier of entry for this.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they would even quibble on the fact it's the best Trek since, you know. But that doesn't get views. You know, if you say Trek is dead, Trek is whatever, you're gonna get views, super chats, people, and good for them. You know, what on them. But
well, Tuning 3434 says Junk Ball Media and Lore Reloaded are fine with it. Well, there you go. There's two other ones there. So, and Anti-Trekker also liked it. I do remember that. So
all of the medium channels that reflect more general analysis rather than. So all the guys actually make content rather than just talk about reviews. Because we actually make videos as well, guys. We don't just release, you know, chatting head live. It's not that it's a bad medium, but, you know, edited things happen too.
And of course, Katwalski would love it, yeah.
Well,
Super chat not working. Well, we've had a few come in, Jill, so.
Yeah, but then we get on the planet. They're doing another first contact with the lady looking not very happy. Although, to be fair, they've all got a distinct, like, I look really tired vibe distinctly under their eyes, except the second in command. So I'm guessing they might
Yeah.
like have been dropped off and like had to shuttle together for like a day, as often happens in TNG, and they're just like, ugh. And he's like, hey, I had a nap because I got shotgun. All of you had to sit in the back. I got shotgun. I was able to sleep.
Yeah. Well, good catch on that. I didn't notice that, so you just pointed it out. The Mariner doesn't have any under her eyes, but she just looked pissed.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'd never noticed that. Good call.
Especially like that guy, the pale guy, looks really pale. So that's going to be interesting. And in fact, even the colours on the shoes are starting to grow on me a little bit. It kind of helps it pop a little bit, you know?
Yeah, just with the medical and the white boots kind of bugged me a little bit, but it's a nice highlight, I guess.
And I'm kind of wanting to get this shuttle built in 3D, because look how much detail there is on the inside there. Like, they did not shy away from that. Now, I do get slight Discovery vibes, because that back is very similar, as in the seat portion. But I mean, it makes more sense to have seats there rather than the Type 6 from TNG, which is just open flatbed space. I mean, it's like great, but
yeah,
2 chairs. But that's actually, you know, I like amount of detail.
Yeah. And Ozzy Madero throws in $5 and says, Worf killed Gowron in Deep Space Nine, Season 7, Skeleton Hands.
Spoilers.
Oh, yeah, spoilers. God damn.
Heavy spoilers.
Ozzy. But I think people were saying that it might be Gowron in the show, and I think that's what he was answering.
Because they also say the name of the person.
Yep.
It's just very, like, instant. Like, the first thing it says, General da-da-da, it's coming aboard. And there's like, okay. Yeah, and Eric says he liked it, but didn't like zombie stories. I mean, it technically wasn't zombies. But yeah, I know what you mean. But for what it was minimal. And then we get introduced to these weird-looking kind of like orc bikers, is the vibe I get.
Yeah.
Old
and
orc biker ladies.
In one of the trailers we saw, where we kind of got our clips of the shuttle, where we talked about the shuttle, we saw more of these crystals as well in the background. So I'm wondering if these are like raw dilithium deposits or something. Could you imagine that much dilithium?
Yeah.
Plus, they got spears made of dilithium, which one of them gets stabbed with.
Now, you're assuming it's dilithium, or do you have actual like?
I'm just assuming. Okay. I'm just assuming.
Okay.
It could be raw energon. If you watch Beast Wars, that's what raw energon looks like as well. So
it could be. I mean, both animated. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, that deserves a super chat for that great reference. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Jill's apparently been trying to send super chats and has refreshed 3 times and it's not working for her. I would just say keep trying. We've got super chats coming in, so I don't know what's up with that.
Alyssa Jericho says Crystal Planet from Stargate. Yeah, season 1 reference. They're gonna touch it and it will be replicated. And this is kind of I don't think it's dilithium, although I like that, because if we did that, then we'll devalue the one from Discovery. I like how they've engraved the crystals like in a local space. It's kind of like, you know, like cave paintings that we used to do as a species, and they, you know, mark crystals. And obviously note that the box, different delta, not split, has an internal correct thing and a line. It feels very classical and nice.
It's the motion picture.
Yes.
It's the motion picture.
Doesn't that just look nice?
Yeah. Prime 1351, $2 for the Energon comment. Haha. See.
Good stuff.
Raw energon. It's very unstable, just so you know.
Yeah.
But these guys are carving into it. I mean, if you look at the next shot, you got like the little pedestal in front of them, and then all the ones behind, and they got like runes or whatever carved into them. And then they yell, they say Starfleet, and they throw a spear, and one guy gets hit. It's like, you know, we live in the future. You're not going to die from a spear.
Yeah, but it can hurt. I mean, pain's still real. This is definitely very abrupt, but you get the sense that first contact went really poorly. Like, because this isn't the show where this is ever meeting him for the first time. If they're sent there, maybe the captain of the Equinox A was like, forgot to tell them they really pissed off the indigenous, so they walk in. So it's like, hey guys. I think the second command's like, I really hate it when this happens. Because I'm sure it happens actually a few times, you know. But I'm wondering, these spears, they look like they've got like gun handles as well. Like, you can, I guess batons have them too with police officers. So I guess they kind of they all look like rifles, but they're not. They're spears.
Yeah.
But they have parts to them.
Yeah. James McGill, though, $5. Since your show is so popular with all Star Trek fans,
Thank you.
we wish. When will there be a fan-made Star Trek story of a shipyard featuring Captain Foley and Commander Hawkins of Trekyards? I mean, I've got a novel idea that I've been considering with our characters, but we've also thought of some other projects early on that we would like to do, but we'll see. The in-universe stuff, that would take a lot of time and effort, and we would want to do it right. So if you want to help us out in that regard, by all means, go to Patreon. If we get our Patreon subscriptions up, we'll have more free time to do such things, like a motion comic, something like that, with voiceovers. Who knows?
Yeah,
teaser.
Never thought about it before.
Anywho,
yeah, Patreon's great, and join the channel membership. We do. I mean, ad revenue for YouTube is down for everybody across the board. Ours is almost nothing really. So super chats do keep us going 100% or like 84%. So super chats and channel memberships keep us going, and we do videos throughout the week that don't get many views, but those that do view it love it. So it's kind of like we do. You can tell we're not in it for the money, but we want to keep going.
Yeah,
we'll try.
Yeah. If we were in it for the money, we'd be screwed. Tanushi, €2. Bolian's baby blue Buddhas. That's a tongue twister. And do they have rubber baby buggy bumpers as well?
Hey, well done, Joe. Yeah.
John Woke puts in $2. Those pillars make me miss Miramani. Miramani. Yes.
Preserve Robelisk, yeah.
Jill had to reboot her laptop, and now it's working. So there you go.
It is cool to see the Bolian. Again, you give them credit for what they're not saying. Putting them in and not making a big deal out of it gets you credit,
Yeah.
Awesome. Good job. Could be human, doesn't have to be. Boom. Done.
Yep. But the next shot looks like it might be revisiting the same creatures from Encounter at Farpoint. Maybe an older one.
And I may possibly have a side-by-side.
Ooh.
Come on, Stuart. Come on, Stuart's internet. 169 people watching, brilliant. Quick like. 84 likes, that is brilliant, but we need at least 100. That keeps us going, that keeps the fuel tank going.
Differences, I'm back.
There he is. Hello.
I'm back.
Hello, Stuart.
I have no idea. Hello. How
Say
you doing?
quick
Click
like,
like, everybody. Click like.
Stuart.
Anyway.
So cute a baby, yeah. Very cool, some fun content. Oh, Phil. Well, good luck. Is the Q return? Interesting. Dave L prefers jellyfish on the left. Okay. Not gonna lie, I'd love it if it took more than a decade for second contact with that creature. Yeah. Please don't let me be foreshadowing from Q. Trekyards, you're muted. Oh, there he is.
I'm back again.
Well, you didn't move, so I was looking at, So, Stuart, what do you think?
Yeah. As I was saying, I mean, this looks like it could be the same species. It's supposed to be an offshoot or something, but it does. It like I said, it could be one that's more advanced. It could be an older one. It could be, who knows? I don't know if it'll tie in directly, but I'm sure it looks the same. Like they could have done something completely different with it, unless they really wanted to make a reference. So.
I mean, yeah,
looks fine.
It's not the same thing, but it clearly evokes the same thing.
Yeah,
and that's important
exactly.
because I'm sure someone in the writers' room would say, "Ooh, that sketch is like TNG's first episode of Creatures." I could see this being an offshoot, easily, and that'd be kind of fun. I mean, it's a weird one to revisit. I mean, although the effect really does get better and remastered for TNG, it looks a lot better than the TOS one. It was a weird one. But hey, this could be their baby. This baby all grown up. It's been 30.
Maybe it's a dying one. Maybe it's a dying one and it's releasing energy because it's got that funky glow coming off of it. So, who knows?
And yeah, just as it looks evenly split. Well, I mean, I thought it meant the other thing. Because it does kind of has a split in the top. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun, and we want those sorts of... I mean, Trek is always well known for big, alien, life-formy things, you know, and so having something like this is very apt. Wouldn't just want it to be the same thing. I don't know how you'd necessarily approach it differently. Hopefully, a nice creature. You know, you don't always want creatures that are sucking the ship's life away and destroying it, la la la. So it'd be kind of fun if they bumped into it and was like, oh, just like Data says, because it's Data, have you seen anything like this before? No, nothing 300 years of Federation database. We kind of find the same thing happened, and the tactical guy's like, yes, the Enterprise D saw something similar to this 30 years ago. And what do they think? Or what do they detect? I mean, nothing really. They learned nothing. Oh, good job, Picard. Thanks for that. So that could be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool visual.
Yeah. And, I mean, we don't see a lot of space monsters, per se, in Star Trek. It'd be cool if there was a little bit more of those.
More in TOS, for sure.
Monster-wise?
Well, big-ass creatures that are impressive.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
And there's more than a handful.
But yeah, I mean, strange new worlds and strange new life. That's how it works. So it's cool. Looking forward to seeing this one.
What doesn't work, as in they're trying to trick us, is they cut straight from that shot to them saying, "Please, can I target the warp core?"
Yep.
Doesn't have a warp core because it's from something else. But
Yeah.
it makes you think. But no, and this scene did make me kind of like giggle on the inside, like a distinct like.
Yep.
What do you think?
Got the new Worf analog, yeah. Well, even in the last episode, or the first episode, he's like, "Can I please just explode the warp core?" Like, no, we got to save these people. Just destroy everybody. That's the solution to everything. No, I'm looking forward to this character as well, being all gung ho. And how many times he's going to say warp core, or can I destroy the warp core? It might be an ongoing thing. So, yeah. Ooh, next up is another scene of the orc-like people. Mariners beating the crap out of one by the looks of it. Well, there's fighting for their lives, I guess. One of them got stabbed at this point. So, again, not sure where that episode's going, but just a horrific first contact that led to the second contact, which is not so good.
Yes, very much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, I'm assuming she's got anger problems. That's why she's beating them up. You know, we don't want her to be the one that actually solves everything, because that would be another one of those situations of the Mary Sooness, which is, hopefully she's just the one that like hits them first, and therefore everyone else starts the brawl, kind of like, you know, in Trials and Tribulations. Once the punch is done, they're all. Well, I guess they stabbed Debodian first, like they kind of attacked first. But yeah.
Well, the next shot is the captain looking at a LCARS that says lunar demolition. So I'm wondering if these are like miners on a moon and they need to destroy the moon for some reason. So they're telling the miners to get off of the moon, perhaps, because we know that some moons have atmosphere and stuff.
Yeah.
But it is cool seeing the LCARS look prim and proper as they should.
Oh, it's beautiful, yeah.
Looks like there's other ships involved there too. If you look in the upper left.
Oh, I so low detail. I wouldn't put my money on that, but it is something. I mean, yeah, it could always be those guys as ships. I mean, you can still look primitive and have cool tech. See the Nox. But I would assume this is a different episode just because you get to have a different story. You know, a moon is crashing into a planet, and we have to do something, because of that. Reminds me of the Orville episode where they had to save a people in a planet. That was a really good episode. You can only save like 10 people.
Well, if you zoom in on the upper left and you look at the ship that looks like the Cerritos, I don't know if it's not supposed to be because it's kind of a little bit different in its bulk.
The upper left? You mean the main one? You mean the big one?
Yeah, the main big ship.
Oh, that's a Cerritos, yeah, absolutely.
Well, the struts are completely different. The nacelles are completely different.
Well, I mean, it's a basic extrapolation. I mean, it's.
I know. I'm just saying. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a different ship. Just saying. They've had such good attention to detail so far. The Ronin, $2. $2 for Miramani. Poor Miramani. And John Woke puts in $5.
Thank you.
Let me guess. They won't leave the moon. They need their profits to fund their wives' addictions to Mud's beauty pills. Boimler saves to save the day. Jeff Jacobs, $2. Sweet, 100. Now we march on to 150 and 200. Hashtag make Jeff pay. 175 of you here.
Brilliant.
It's easy to get to 150, guys.
It should be.
Hit the like button.
That does sound like a challenge to me. Jeff is challenging you all to click like. 102 now, but with a simple button press, it could be 150. I'm just saying, he's challenging you all. Jeff, you all know Jeff Jacobs. That name makes the like button
legendary.
Quiver across the galaxy.
Ooh.
As made his voice as well. 108, come on. Click that like for Jeff. Ooh. Richie Apple has a really funny comment. There needs to be a debate between Bulma and the tactical officer. Bulma loves the warp core, but the tactical officer keeps wanting to blow it up. Clearly interesting debate. Yeah. It's good. I like that.
Yep.
Not the warp core!
Warp cores aren't good for anything but blowing things up.
That's why we have 3 on board. I all with 2 spare, just blow them up. But then you get one of the abstract ones, as you tend to get an edit, you tend to get like quick going things as you go on. And this one definitely is different. I appreciate that she will get some hero moments.
Well, I'm calling it right here. Here she's got some kind of jellyfish thing. You see more in the background there. But I'm calling it that blue entity we just looked at, life form, that's her swimming inside it. It's like some kind of liquid being or something. I'm going to call that right now. That's my guess. Probably way off, but it's so out of the box. I think I'm going to call it now and put my label on it. So if I'm right, then I can be like, haha, I was right.
That's pretty cool. Whereas I will just say she's in an alien ocean.
Well, that's boring.
Well, you know. I'm okay with that.
Fine.
Or maybe this is her on her Orion holodeck program 3, and she's doing part of her exercise routine to stay healthy is doing the famous Orion squid dive, which is why there's the lighting on the left, because there's obviously a tech lighting source that it's like an assault course but for swimming, because while the Orions don't have sand, they have a lot of sea. Yeah.
Luke Celeste puts in $5. If it is not blue, you didn't do, so make it blue. Next time with a thumbs up button. If you hit it, it'll turn blue. Same shade as the just talked about a minute ago. So hit it.
Yeah, 114. Quick like. Lots of likes. Then we have our engineer chap doing some isolinear work. Good old isolinear.
Rutherford with some new isolinear.
Transporter pad?
Could be.
Or is it just a replicator that just finally fixed it? Because the side kind of looks like the replicator that they had last time, but it kind of looks like it could be a pad.
Does look a little bit like a pad. And I like how the isolinear chips aren't necessarily rectangular. They got kind of a flat edge on the one corner, which is neat. More advanced isolinear chips, I guess.
Or just more robust, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me of the Stargate Atlantis control crystals, but I mean, there's only so many shapes you can have, literally, and that's okay.
Yep.
Then you get another weird abstract one where it's 0G falling in, well, somehow 0 gravity and yet falling into eels. Which is
I assume it goes with the underwater-ish one we just looked at. Same kind of light source as that one. So yeah, her hair doesn't look wet or underwater, so it does look like 0G, but you know.
She also talks, I believe.
Yes, she does. Yes. So,
yeah, I think it's another odd one, or maybe punishment, or like falling. You know, because we see the courtroom in a minute. Yeah, some of these abstract ones are just like not as exciting, you know, but some are. Next one, Klingon colony, and Stuart, didn't notice that before.
New shuttle.
Well, not
in the background.
Old shuttle, literally just Type 9s. No.
Well, yeah, the Type 9s, but then they got the alien one there, which is a cool design.
Oh, I didn't see the original TNG ones. There's real TNG shuttle. Oh! Is that the first time we've seen an actual ship, Federation ship, in 20 years? No, the Enterprise D and Picard. Okay, almost though. I don't like the
Clay
fact that
Williams,
grey.
it's in $1
That's weird.
with no comment. Sorry.
Well, thank you. $1. Why are they grey though, Stuart? That's weird.
I don't know.
They look good though.
Those are background elements.
And the Klingon, whoever steals the shell is a Klingon, and the Klingon box that flies out of it is the same one the sniper rifle is in Star Trek 6.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it is too. It's the Assassin's.
Yes, I knew that off the top of my head.
There you
Trekyards,
go.
baby.
Tezengari says, "Is that the Aeon?" This Jericho is the Aeon is black, but yeah. Olivia Julius, $1 with no comment, but thank you very much, Olivia. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I do like the Klingon architecture here. Very faithful. Because there's that Klingon book, like Guide to Tourism in the Klingon Empire, and they do a lot of really great sketches. Yeah, that just looks right. And it's kind of cool. It's nice to have the idea of a Klingon, run a Klingon colony, Klingon outpost, and do negotiation stuff like their allies, just see the culture. Kind of like we had in Discovery, but actual Klingons and not Lord of the Ring orcs. That'll be refreshing.
Oh. And Sean Corpier, Boimler is in a dress uniform. Yep.
But she isn't.
No. Well, you know how she is about protocol. He probably thought he had to get dressed in one, so he was just being, you know, the good Starfleet officer.
Or maybe he was, he went down with a captain to be part of an entourage or whatever, and then, you know, got lost, etc., etc.
Or had to. He's probably still spying on her, or supposed to be. He's working with the captain and against the captain at the same time.
Well, I bet what it is that he goes down. So he gets a great scene where he's like to the Orion lady, Tindy, is that her name?
Yeah, Tindy. Yeah.
Tindy. Yes, I got invited down to the Klingon outpost with the captain. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, it's formal dress and everything. Oh, I'm so excited. Cut them down there. And you see the captain walk down in a beautiful outfit, and second in command and two other officers walking down the ramp of the shell, looking really proud of, "Hello, Ambassador Changuk." There you go. And then as they all bravely walk over, the last guy in the ramp, apart from Boimler, says, "Oh no, look after the ship, okay?" What? Yeah, you're the car park attendant. Didn't they say? No. Yeah, just over the ship. And they walk away. It's like, oh. So dress up for everything just to be the guy that keeps the engine running. See, that feels like a very low deck stroke, and then his one job is to keep it safe and the shuttle gets stolen. There you go. There's the payoff from the joke.
Yeah. And anyway, the shuttle goes out of control, hits like a bus or something.
Yeah. Space clean bus, why not?
And they're like, oh no. You could assume that it's on auto launch or something because I assume there's no one on board.
Oh no, I think someone's stealing it.
Ooh.
I think absolutely someone's stolen it. They just don't know how to fly it, because why would they? But the first shot where it's in the next to the clouds, that perspective of the shot looks kind of weird, different to any other angle I've seen of it. Like its proportions and stuff look a bit more unusual. Kind of, they give more Orville shuttle vibes for some reason.
I don't think it's the shuttle we saw. We talked about. It does look different.
That's the thing with animation, though.
I know.
It does feel a bit different. It's got all the same pieces, clearly, for the ramp and the nacelles and stuff, but... Then you get the spacewalk sequence, which you can talk about.
Float, magnetize. Float, magnetize. Float, magnetize. What if I forget to magnetize? Well, this has, just the way they jump at the one point, like forward, like they're diving, very reminiscent of what we saw in the Kelvin verse as well, and Into Darkness, space flight thing. But yeah, I assume here that somebody left the cargo door open and the force field maybe malfunctioned and all the stuff drifted out into space because you got a whole bunch of Starfleet crates and cargo containers. So, and there is one point in the other trailer where he's like, "We're so getting fired for this."
Well, there's a scene where they just spent like 3 hours getting stuff on board, and then he leans on a button and goes. Oh.
Yeah, it's blown out into space.
I mean, it's a good question though. You always assume these guys are trained in everything, but we have had scenes, I believe, in Voyager where I think it was Torres was like, "Oh, UV makes me throw up," because some people can't do certain things, and that's okay. They might have, passed basic training, but she might have only ever done this on this holodeck or simulations, so real life scary thing. Because it's a good point. If you forget to mag and once you lose contact with something. You float away. That's scary as all hell. So it's a good contextual moment.
Yeah. And you get them talking about it. You can see the debris in the background. They're in the bar or the.
Oh yeah.
That's where she's like, "What if I forget to magnetize?"
That's interesting.
Yeah. So that's the lead up to that scene, I'm sure.
Or maybe they're in a debris field then, and they're.
It could.
That's a lot of stuff, and they
could be wreckage. It could be wreckage of another ship or something. Yeah.
She's just eating like a pie, like a Orion.
Looks like a taco salad.
Yeah, that an Orion taco salad with whipped cream. So yeah, that feels like kind of a debris situation, and they're like lower decks to go get it.
Yeah. See, I don't see whipped cream. I see sour cream. Yeah. That looks like a taco salad, man. Guacamole, tomatoes, cheese, the taco bowl.
Are you hungry, Stuart? Is that what you're telling me?
Yep, and I'm calling it now. It's a taco bowl.
No.
Hopefully they reference
taco bowl.
It doesn't have to be Orion, man. Try other cultures' foods. Maybe that's what she's doing. She's experimenting with all the different kinds of foods.
Yeah. And then you have a shot of the ship. Now.
Oh, and then turbo lift maintenance, where she looks like she's using a grease gun on the turbo lift, and then the security officer just brushes aside the turbo lift not in sign, out of order sign. And at least it's a turbo lift shaft. It's a shaft. It's not a goddamn roller coaster.
Can we start a round of applause? Can everyone who wants to clap put in the chat a clap or applause? Can we just.
Good job, guys. You know what a turbo lift shaft looks like. It's about time.
And you might think that's ridiculous that we're calling that out from, the Klingons being correct. But this is also important because the roller coaster was a slap in the face to all Trek fans that they kept redoing.
And they did it on the Enterprise too, didn't they?
Yep. It was like even to the point of having this big epic scene. It's like that roller coaster is the example of like somebody walking up to you, slapping you in the face, twisting your nipples, man or woman, and then like I guess grabbing your testicles and squeezing. It's just like you don't have to do it, but no, because each time they did it, they just added another like first it was a slap, then it was a nipple, then it was a balls. Like each one was just like, oh, we know we're doing it,
We're hurting you more and more. Yeah. And Matt Boardman says, I mean, we're not asking for much, but a proper turbo lift shaft is so appreciated. Yeah. Absolutely, Matt. And we got a lot of applause in the chat as well, so thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
And I like the gag. I think it's clever. I mean, it's like, things he repairs, and he doesn't care because he doesn't know no one's there, and it's like, I'm working here! Yeah. But can you imagine, though, being a lieutenant on the bridge, being like that, oh, I'm in ops all the time, to now repairing turbo lifts with grease. That's a real, like, your career is taking a downturn. Like, that is a lower deck thing to do.
I think it was on her list when she had the list of things to do. One was the holodeck cleanup, and then there was turbo lift shaft maintenance or something.
Yeah. And thank God, no robots fixing this, like we saw in Discovery as well.
Tanushi, €5. Oh my, he says.
Oh my. Yes.
Next scene is weird because we get what looks like an Endosian. Lieutenant Eric's from the animated series was an Endosian. 3 legs, 3 arms. It looks like an Endosian there, the same head shape. So hopefully that's what it is.
Is it the same head shape?
I'm almost 100% sure that's what it is. And so maybe it is Lieutenant Eric's because maybe he's still around. Who knows?
Wearing a mask though, oxygen mask. But he's not using oxygen.
But look at Boimler. He's glowing blue, and there's a dog. So, is this a Q episode or something? Like, where did the dog come from? Maybe that's Mariner. Maybe she got turned into a dog or something.
It's a cute dog though.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing I think of is Force Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Second thing I think of, unfortunately, is Discovery style holograms, like communication hologram.
Or maybe he's just irradiated with some kind of radiation.
Because the way he's grasping his bag implies he's really there. And actually, see, we're breaking this bitch down. If you look at him, there is actually red from the gas hitting his bag in interactive lighting, and the bag is not blue. So he is
Mm-hmm.
blue. The bag is not blue. The bag is only being hit by his blue light. So yes, he is affected by something. His bag is not. So he is really there, and he's not a hologram.
Yeah.
Deduction!
Luke Celeste, $5, 3 legs or a tail. I'll bet you any money it's 3 legs.
I
It
would
looks
have
like
said
an
3 legs too.
Endosian for sure. So.
Ooh, Speech 7472. I mean, wrong head, but interesting.
And yes, Tezangari Eric's, the 3-legged alien from TAS. Yes.
And don't just love these in the real TNG bags, like his Voyager bags.
Who said that?
Ooh.
Caboodlefish says his arm is see-through. Oh, it is. You can see the strap in the bag.
Yeah.
No, that's...
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
And Pulse is out of phase. Yeah, I bet he's, like you said, he's been irradiated by something, or he's got a force field. Like
Apparently I missed a supper chat.
Oh,
Fleet Pass Swiftpack, I'm excited. Got that, I'm pretty sure. Tanushi, 5 pounds, oh my. And Luke, 3 tails. I think I got them all, but sorry if I missed one.
Sorry. So I'm going to say he's either, like I said, irradiated, but it might be a force field, like on his belt, because there's obviously gas. I'm guessing that she's immune, he's not. So he's wearing a quick, thing. But it's definitely weird. Now, do you think friend or foe? The fact there's big red smoke implies foe.
I think it's friend.
Yeah, that would be the shift, wouldn't it? And he doesn't look like it looks like he's like, hello all, I am a monk chap, I can imagine him like walking out like, hello, there's a dog there, or a spaceship, where's the dog come from? Yeah, why is there a dog? I mean, to be fair, can they have dogs? Archer had a dog. Do we know they can't have pets? I never really considered it per se, but I mean, could you have a pet?
Don't see why not.
I mean, especially on a low-fi mission.
Yeah. Aussie Maderos, $5. Will they show double numbers in the shaft like they did in Star Trek 5? No, they won't do that.
I think there's more than 10 decks, though. I think there's 11. You can count them. I think it's just...
Yeah.
If you, I mean, you'd have to count the secondary hull, but
yeah. And Fleet Pass Swiftback, $2. The dog is a descendant of Porthos, maybe. Well, it's the wrong kind of dog, but sure.
I mean, you can have interbreeding. That's all good. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think you're right. I think it'd be fun if this was someone got transformed into a dog, and there was a talking dog. Like, that's so cartoon. But come on, if you can be salamanders and turned back, if you can be fully Borgified and turned back. I mean, a bit stupid, but we've had salamanders, they can become dogs.
Ooh, yeah.
Or, Pierre Pillar said, what if this is a Q episode?
Yep, that's what I kind of am speculating.
That would be an instant way. So what if they make her a dog, but make him a hologram, hard light hologram, to F with him, and this thing is a creature from another galaxy, and they're like, he's like, ugh.
Wow. No. I'm calling it, it's an Endosian, so.
Yeah, I think the face looks too different, but I know what you mean.
I disagree, but that's okay.
That's fine. But then you got space
we got another ship. There's the other ship. That's the other ship that was on the Elcars with the thicker struts and the different nacelles.
Possibly.
Yeah, boy.
I mean, the way the...
Oh, there's no possibility about it. It's a different ship. And that's a cool looking ship, by the way. I never noticed that before.
That would explain the flat ships as well.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So there we go. It's a rescue fleet thing for the asteroid. Yeah, these ships are weird, the other ones. They're like literally just rooms on warp engines. They're in a few shots.
But no, I like that Reliance style one. That is neat.
Which is funny because Mike said he liked the Reliance and made it look like a Reliance.
Can you zoom in on it?
Yeah, I've done so.
Okay.
I mean, definitely looks more advanced instantly. Better balance better balance overall. Nicer nacelles, more angle. I like this. I like the way Deflector is. Yeah, it's like a reverse Reliant.
Probably expect an episode talking about this design.
Yeah. Pretty much. And it's funny because now you've put them side by side.
Trekyards and all.
Now you put them side by side.
Of course, I got cut off when I said that.
Ooh, what?
Am I back now?
Yes. What are you trying to say?
Oh, I was just saying, probably expect an episode from Trekyards about this new ship design at some point once we see it and get some more shots of it.
Oh, and yes,
yeah.
J. Donaldson, that looks way larger than the Californian class. It does, yeah, way more windows for sure. I mean, clearly the Cerritos is further back, like, but yeah, it's absolutely bigger. But now you put them side by side, you do see a difference in how spindly Cerritos looks. These things are intentional. We said wait for it, you know? It's intentional.
Yeah.
Now, call it now. Do you think it's the same episode as the debris? Is everyone doing the spacewalk? Let's do spacewalk again.
Well, this is the one with the lunar destruction. So
Deduction.
I would say possibly yes. I don't know, but I would say it's very likely.
I'm going to say different, but only just, which is a non-informative sentence. See, you know what I mean? This is important. This is why this is great that we're, you know, these small things, because they're not necessarily spoilers. Just like, aren't we cool? And we know that Mike said that the yellow stripe on the ship represents engineering or ops. These small, well, it looks like a, well, actually, it looks to me like the insurrection duck blind pod with warp nacelles, but there's the yellow stripe on them, like.
And it's also a white hull, which means it might be an earlier mod, like a TOS era thing, or not even Starfleet. It just looks enough different.
Could be Federation, like totally not Starfleet branded.
Yeah. I mean, which is with the hull color, the way the nacelle sort of looks, not really, but and the front three windows, it almost gives you like a TOS shuttle vibe, because it has the three shuttles in the F type and the same color. I don't know, just a thought.
Yeah.
Is this episode 2? Where did Trekyards get? It is not this episode 2. We're looking at this season on, Eric, because they showed a bunch of clips. The next one looks like it might be actually some kind of trial, courtroom scene. It could be the Q.
Cut to Klingon trial room.
Oh, I didn't go to the next picture. So there you go.
Well, you don't have that picture. But I mean, it definitely gives me that sort of vibe. I mean, well, even so much as the ring thing. Problem is, though, now obviously editing is important. This looks to me like a Klingon structure, given the armor as well. But then we cut to them, and they're clearly with these non-Klingons. So it's not Klingon, but it's Klingon-esque. And clearly it's a reference to the Klingon version. But yeah, our guys are on trial with another alien race that are green. And if I bring the extra colour in, you can see spikes on them. Yeah, cool. Ooh.
And he says this horn of truth. You can only speak the truth while holding the horn. Rognick says the trial is apparently episode 8. So there you go. It'll be a while before we see that.
I quite like the alien design. I mean, it's somewhat generic sci-fi, except the sword's massive, kind of anime.
It feels like Lord of the, or not Lord of the Rings. Well, yeah, like Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. Like a fantasy character. Of some sort.
It's a green. It's another Klingon. You know, it's an animated Klingon variant in the sense of like, let's make our own Klingons that do our own thing, and that's okay. You know, or wouldn't it be kind of funny if these guys were like part of, like, wouldn't it, you know, like how in Stowe the Orions and the Gorn become part of the Klingon Empire, they get conquered. It would be kind of fun if these are like the guys that love, they're fans of the Klingon Empire, so they base themselves on their culture, the armor, the hull, the dialogue, you know, but they're like not quite as good, so they're kind of like Klingon wannabes, but they're really quite nice. Like, they want to be gruff, but they're quite nice. They're too nice to be that. That'd be kind of fun. And that whole horn thing is like, hey, good to be here, guys. Feels like a stand-up show.
The next shot is Space Dock again, or maybe Douglas Station. Just a space station. You got some shuttles. You got the Cerritos up there. You got
two Cerritoses.
Yes, you do. And you got that other ship that we keep seeing at the same angle all the time, up in that corner.
Want to see more of it? But hey, I mean, it's kudos to them designing more than one ship or two with a shuttle. But it's interesting. There's two Californias. I wonder. We can't see any sort of color on the left-hand one, but it'd be fun if it was a science one dedicated. Kind of like maybe there's like a mission. Maybe there's a point where they're staging at Douglas Station. There's like 4 or 5 of them, and each one of them is doing a different part of the second contact mission. One's doing science, one's doing tactical, one's going and they all warp in together. It's the same class, but with a different division. Be kind of cool. Ooh, WTX Chaser. They could be the Herc.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well, but we'll have to see.
It's weird, but interesting.
Next is you got Boimler in his dress uniform, all covered in goo, which apparently that's going to be a theme for him, where Mariner's never covered in goo. And they're on a planet looks like a vacation planet, maybe Ryza.
Well, they're wearing the same combination of outfit as they were on the Klingon planet.
Yeah.
There's Andorian in the background.
Yep.
And the right-hand side alien, I believe, is in the show. It's been before. Well, the Switch has a purple hand and yet a brown face, but whatever. And it's just
Could
me.
be Glove.
If you there you go. That's right. But it's just me, or is that the blonde guy next to the bikini lady has short shorts and a bow tie on, kind of like a waiter, like a sexy waiter.
Yep, that's what it looks like. And the other guy's got like a mesh top on.
With very tidy speedos, yeah.
Yep.
But I'd say it's probably Klingon. This is probably just like a... I mean, I guess it's like a planet... Maybe, hey, man, what if... This would be kind of cool. What if this was the Planet of Peace from Star Trek 5? But it finally actually became something.
So Nimbus 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's desert planet. Klingons are there. Andorians.
Wouldn't be opposed to the idea.
Yeah, Nimbus 3 actually worked. Yeah.
So we got a big snarling monster.
And then we've got the moment, Stuart. This is the moment I was referring to. Because in this shot, it's a Klingon weapons trade, and we've
weapons
got...
dealer.
weapons dealer, which is brilliant, and this is what I was talking about. On his trade stall, let me zoom in. And this is one of those things that's so subtle, but I give him all credit for. We have a wonderful... Top to bottom, we have a TMP. Well, that's actually the Star Trek 3 phaser. We've got the TNG phaser. Disruptor, sorry. And then middle, we've got the J.J. Abrams Klingon disruptor. And then below that, we've got the TOS one. So this is the first time we're now seeing a J.J. Abrams universe disruptor in a prime time. I don't know if this is what I was talking about for my previous references to it, but there we go.
I didn't.
And just to prove it, here is Zoe Saldana holding a J.J. Abrams Klingon disruptor. And here is Johnny Eve's sketch of the Klingon disruptors. And here we are back on the Klingon disruptor. I mean, it's just the same. So yeah, official JJ and Prime. And not just that, but JJ and TOS. Both unchanged with TNG and TMP. I mean, if that doesn't symbolise we're finally home, you know what I mean? And they can't just do that. That's a licensing thing. So, I mean, what do you think?
I'm amazed. I mean, the attention to detail on that TOS disruptor is amazing.
Oh, I know. Well, all of them.
And even the Star Trek 3 one,
yeah.
It's very, very, very cool. You should have showed a picture of me with the one. Remember we had the one that was owned by Matt Jeffries? We had in Ticonderoga.
Can we grab it? Yeah, I can find it.
And I got to hold it, and I forget how much it cost, $35,000 or something.
Too much.
And I almost dropped it. Remember that?
I don't. I think I removed that from my brain, I'll be honest.
But Thomas Maroney was there. We actually filmed a little segment with it, which we haven't released yet, which I wouldn't mind getting out at some point. But yeah, it was really cool. It was actually screen used prop that was owned by Matt Jeffries for a time.
Yep.
And we got to hold it. It was really awesome.
I mean, I can be fancy and I can play that video in a second, which is kind of surreal. I can play you holding a phaser in a second, or disruptor. But guys, I mean, seriously...
World exclusive.
Oh yeah, but seriously, for those that do or don't like the J.J. Abrams things, how do you guys feel about actually seeing? I mean, in a sense, it kind of legitimizes it, But I mean, what do you guys think? Because it's a statement. It really is. What do you guys think?
And looks like there's a bowl of gawk on the ground as well.
Yep.
And on the stall next is selling Klingon armor.
Yes. Yes.
Good old gamer, bye Camuro. You think you mean Camaro as an A there, not an E. If you dropped it, yeah, no shit. No, I fumbled with it and it almost fell, and I was like, good God, like, oh my God. The guy that owned it recognized us from Trekyards and was like, hey, you want to see this? And we went to his car, and Thomas Roney was with us.
Death sticks?
Yeah, do you want to buy a disruptor?
Well,
I forget how much it went for at auction, but
I think you made that joke, though. He's like, do you want to buy this? I was like, nope. Nope.
Well, we said how much, and it was like 35,000 or something ridiculous. But screen used TOS prop owned by Matt Jeffries, like that's awesome upon awesome. But yeah,
all this. I've never played VLC. Or I can just load it in the. But guys, seriously, keep putting what you think about this first JJ Opens. I know it's an interesting question, but like, let us know because I really want to know what you guys think.
And Prime 1351, $2 looks like it would fit in the first contact fleet. That other ship, yeah, absolutely. It looks almost like a Saber class. Reminds me of the Saber. Prime 1351 again, $5 makes sense. Things like minor bits of tech or the Kelvin itself technically should turn up in Prime.
I mean,
some of them maybe, especially Klingon. I mean, it could be the Klingons, had their own development, and that's fine. And this is one that actually existed in both universes. It's fine.
And Katie, yes, Klingons are Klingons again. They're Klingons again.
Yep. And let's see. Scott Withrow puts in $5. Loving the review. Excited for the show. Was late to hear the discussion about the Endosian, but knew it the instant I saw it. Yeah. Well, go back and watch this after it's been posted, because we did talk about it quite a bit. So.
So yeah,
right.
I don't know how loud it's going to be, but I'll pump up the volume because it kind of overrides it. So if you want to mute yourself, then we can listen to you unmuted but in the past. And neither of us know what you're going to say. Because it's been a little while. Why am I not... Oh, because I didn't bring the audio in. There we go. There's the audio. Volume... High. Okay, Stuart, you ready to listen to yourself? Okay.
So now what I think about the design, I've always loved the Klingon disruptors, like I said. I have the new one, I have the beaky one, the Art Asylum one at home, and I love the comfort and ergonomic design of the handle with the trigger at the thumb. It can get a little awkward at times. Depends on the size of your hand, I assume. But this one's very interesting. It's almost got like two trigger settings. There's one here, and this could be the safety. You could flick it up. Captain Foley. This is a original series screen-used Klingon disruptor pistol. This was bought in a Profiles of History auction in 2007 for $35,000. They just wanted us to see it and appreciate it. It was shown to Doug and Michael and Denise last night at the dinner, and this is simply fantastic to hold this piece of history. I've always wanted an original Klingon disruptor, and this is incredible. It's got a little belt clip here, so you can just clip it on your belt, really simple. Just beautiful, beautiful piece. So, anyway, Samuel, I'm going to let him get from behind the camera and actually come and give me his thoughts on it. So. See, hopefully, just mas jag bring out a bit and you say let's look what the rest of what everything is here's person now you didn't know so about here's safe to see to look at this side now feel this is na here and the downside see the no camera got the no shoot it is sheer and is setting up to hit you know with Feeder the invest in his life, he's not sure yourself as I for, and it up to that. Here's Parson. Senior series Flanders de Yes, this is it. Das ist mir das mal so schön over. There's hell, who's never shy na inge wheels.
You're muted, Stuart.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not muted, so I don't know what you're talking about.
How was that, there, everybody?
Less climactic than I expected. I wanted to see the whole thing, but apparently we're not going to get to see it, guys. So.
Yeah, that's like a third. There isn't that much of it.
SWTX Chaser, $2. Universal Translator fail, Captain. Yes. That's my native tongue. That's Canadian. Luke Celeste, $5. Like the reverse mode. Yeah. That was cool to hear all that piece of history, though. So.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, there they are, represented perfectly in Discovery.
He means low decks. Yeah.
Wow.
And
I do mean lower decks. Good God, man.
And, I mean, I don't know about you, but the right-hand gun looks awfully like the Orville pulse weapon. Like, the way the handle is. Like, it's closer than it could be. I mean, as long as it's 25% different, they can probably include an Orville reference. But yeah. See, you can't say this thing doesn't respect canon. It makes a Star Trek motion picture bastard. Anyway. But yeah, then we get Zoe Saldana, and then we get... There we go. But yes, then the whole team's together. See, blue L cards, Stuart, as I said to Improved Live. They actually have colour variation. It's not even limited. And in fact, the yellow might be just because they're mostly ops. That's why there's yellow stripes on the hull. It's a daft reason, but I mean, hey, why not? Yeah, well, because it's silly, but why not? And we have, we see a better view of these shuttle things.
And I think they're transports of some sort,
Absolutely.
much like the original holodeck or the original holo ship that John Hughes created for Insurrection.
Okay, if you say so. Makes me think a little bit as well of the travel pods from TMP, the way the back is a connector. Kind of like, the same thing but warp capable. I mean, it's not beautiful or anything, but if you want easy, quick ways of travelling, I mean, yeah, put warp nacelles on a box.
But Samuel, actually, there's no line of sight between the nacelles. The whole ship blocks the line of sight rule, so it's not correct. Just saying.
Yeah?
You know how we feel about the line of sight rule. It's kind of bullshit, so...
No, well, it wasn't bullshit until they worked around it. It's called innovation.
Don't buy that.
Yeah. And hey, still the TNGL cars, you see it, it's like, yes. Good stuff. Then we get a shot I completely missed in the... I completely missed when I first watched it. What do you see here, then?
Well, again, I think this is the underwater thing. It looks like space coral of some sort and some kind of reactor on the bottom. And the guy's glowing red. I mean, Boimler is glowing blue in the other one, so it could just be a reflection of the lighting. It could just be like, it looks almost like the lighting is just overshadowing him because you see it quite a bit on her as well. But yeah, I think that's the same episode of the underwater or whatever you want to call it one. So. Fleet Paw Swiftback, $2. Good Grand Negus impression, Stuart. Thank you. Inconceivable.
Well, what is not inconceivable, though, is that 135 likes. 150 is right there. But Stuart, I think this is meant to be the Cerritos Warp Core.
Could be. I mean, the STEM support says so.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely reminiscent. But... we saw so little of it. I would be happy to say it was just a warp core on a base on that planet with the water.
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea that this is an episode where either the ship or a station that they visit, something happens and like part of the outside world, like the whole planet is a living bio, like entity, and it finds a crack in the hull, and as soon as it gets in, the spores, but like not those spores, different spores, like. Create moss grow things, and then they get stress core, and then when the spheres warps in, they beam down, and like all the corals are filled in these alive things, and so they're like, oh god, you know, we've got to solve this problem at the space station or a land base, and so she's the only one that can hold her breath long enough, so she has to dive and get the purple thing. But I think it's a warp core, probably Cerritos, but I'd like if it wasn't, especially.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think it's the Cerritos warp core. I'm not sure it's even a warp core with the way it's shaped, but maybe it's Citation Ops. Maybe she's swimming in the tank. Because Eugene puts in 100 rubles and says, it feels the underwater episode in this is an aquarium with characters shrinked. Oh, that might be the case. There you go.
I mean, that's fun. I would not have thought that. So this is like a warp core prop in the dude's fish tank.
Yeah.
Sure.
Who knows?
Yeah, it was weird.
But then there's a massive explosion from that glowing element in the foreground.
Or at least...
Or something growing anyway, maybe a crystal or something.
Then we get the Borg.
Yep.
But it's training simulation, which is a way of them having the Borg actually having the Borg. And yes, there are variations. You can see they all look different, if similar. We don't.
And I love his LCARs in his view screen because it's got analysis on the bottom. And unless this is them watching it on a panel later, but I think it might be his implant.
Yeah, either one. No, it's cool. It's good. It's good stuff. Then we get either beam hitting the ship or tractor beam. Although this isn't the Cerritos, because it's got blue stripes. This is the other ship. This is them dealing with a problem somewhere. Because the Cerritos has orange stripes. If you look at the saucer, this has got blue. So this is the medical version. Boom! Not Cerritos.
And they're not orange; they're yellow.
Well, yeah. But there you go. Medical version, or I guess science. Either one. That's cool though. So confirmed, we're going to see 2 California classes. Confirmed! And it is doing something. Although it looks like it's an explosion. But that could just be particulates of matter hitting that part of the hull and,
Next is on the bridge. You got a big bug on the view screen. Very Men in Black style. And she's holding a map. You can see the Federation, you can see the neutral zone and the Romulan space as well. So
and we see that later that he's holding, and I didn't even catch that until I was vaguely prepping for this. I love how comedic it looks, just like a bit silly. Oh, and look at the route. They're like they're going to travel to the neutral zone to like avoid stuff. They're doing like a secret mission to the Romulan location. They have to go through just to avoid. That'd be kind of fun actually if they. If one episode they like start at Romulus for some reason, they have to go back home. But the neutral zone is a dangerous bit, since they get attacked by these bug-eyed monsters in the neutral zone. And you would think safest place to be because the Romulans can't attack you. No, but anyone in the neutral zone can.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's great. And again, another bit of canon. Romulan symbol unchanged. Beautiful. Beautiful.
And Eugene, 100 rubles. Is that Holdo maneuver with JJ Warp Trail? No, probably not. But yeah, this is where they asked Boimler for his opinion, and he's like, option 88 or whatever he says. And the doctor's like, is he fucking kidding me? Yeah, so, and I love the red alert on the bridge. The glowing elements turn red, and that's great. So,
yeah. And what do you think of the alien creature?
See a ship in the.
So what do you think of the alien creature?
Looks cool. Like I said, it looks like something out of Men in Black, like the first one.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like.
Really does. Yeah, if you didn't have those side wing bits. Although I think you said the ship you see in the background. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a situation with First Federation, if this was actually a front. Like, they're actually not this. I can imagine that being quite a fun reveal. Like, here we are, these scary, evil bug creature people. And they're really not. There's, like, puppies. Don't know. But yeah, I think the scene's fun. I'm surprised that they're on the bridge. This is probably near the end of the season, and probably the rest of the crew is damaged. Like, the ship's quite badly damaged. Because to have both of them ensigns, like, and not talented ones necessarily, you know what I mean? I don't think the mother wanted her daughter on the bridge. I guess she knows what she's capable of, I suppose. But this feels very much like a running out of people, Well, the Doctor's on the bridge too. I guess maybe just a joke. What the hell is what the F is he doing? But yeah.
Luke Celeste, $5. I have a Kobayashi vibe from that scene. Maybe.
Yeah.
And then we get the whole get out of my office, and then she does the disrespect with Vulcan salute thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a thing.
People have been calling racist, and they've been all over it, like, oh, wow.
Well, be speciesist anyway.
And cultural appropriation, whatever. Stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
And look where her ready room is. It's on the right-hand side of the bridge. It's where the emergency, or the turbo lift to the emergency bridge in the D is located.
Bridge,
at the front.
Yeah. Weird. But
got that answer.
Yeah, but hey, why not? Why not? You know, I mean, what a great way of like changing the design slightly, but not just changing it at all. Just say, yep, just on the flip side. And yeah.
And Prime 1351, $5. The bug looks a bit like the Mind Control Queen from TNG Season 1. From Conspiracy.
I will have to go back and look. I didn't get that vibe at all, but I will look right now. I'll be honest, but hey.
Yeah. Well,
you never know.
We got a few answers to a few things, raised a lot more questions, and I'm looking forward to it. Looks like some exciting stuff going on. Did they show something? Did they show something from? I know. Did they show something from every episode, or just like 2 or 3 episodes? It's kind of the feeling I get: 2 or 3 episodes, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, it's like the trailer. It's almost all episode 1, and it feels like it should be multiple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have said 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much canon in this. Like, it's hidden, but also in plain sight. You know, it's the stuff that you get credit for, like I say, but not, whatever. So yeah, and it's all attention to detail, you know? Right, I'm going TNG, Season 1, Conspiracy, Green Alien, non-get... Because, I mean, hey, that'd be a hell of a callback to bring them back.
Well, I mean, it ended with the cliffhanger of the signal going out into space, and they never get brought back.
I mean, I'll be honest, it looks more like a Predator puppet.
Yeah, it does.
But, I mean, hey, I'll show it out of respect for the chat. So this is the bug aliens we see, and this is Conspiracy Queen.
Conspiracy Queen.
Looks a lot like a puppet. Unfortunately, HD. Doesn't quite hold up.
Yeah. But I like how that one was open-ended, and they never revisited it. Yeah. So what perfect way to do it than in this show? I mean, that's great. If that's what it is. It does look similar. I can see why he would have said that. But it's just the bigger, badder queen. It's not a sub-queen.
It's the super queen. Yes. And Scott Withrow tomorrow. Oh, no, sorry. This is Jacob. 30 minutes to Thursday. Yes, technically speaking, it's coming out today in 29 minutes. As in, tomorrow being today in 31 minutes, and then you got to wait for... You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes. Well, there you go, guys. They're Gould. Gould.
6 more likes. 6 more likes. Hey guys, $20 more. 150 spiel. Been a fun live, we know it would be. Can we get 20 more bucks, 6 more likes. And hey guys, if you want to tell us what you're most excited for, or like, yeah, what did you like most in this teaser reveal thing? What kind of, like, obviously I like the gun a lot because it's a symbol, isn't it? It's a symbol to detail. What did you guys find most? Ooh. And yeah, $20 if we can.
And Eugene, 400 rubles. Question: does this Star Trek episode exist? A person is found on a planet. He claims to be a real crew member. At the same time, this crew member feels he is an imposter, or is this a mix of imposter syndrome, frame of mind, and second chances? Don't think it's an episode. It's kind of like the Stargate one I just watched, where they had a fifth team member, Tyler.
Yeah, I feel like everything you're saying has happened, but the alien knows he's not part of the crew.
Yeah, and when I was watching that Stargate episode with Tyler, I thought instantly of McDuff from the TNG episode, where they get the other crew member, McDuff, and
he's
their memories.
Nicer, though. Bit nicer is Tyler.
Yeah, creepy as hell looking when you see what he really looks like, though.
Good CGI though, holds up as well.
Mhm.
Considering.
And Fleet Paw Swiftback, $5.
Thank you.
I'm excited. It's great to not worry about being disappointed in Trek or have to be guarded about your excitement. Can't wait for Thursday.
I mean, I'm totally willing to be disappointed in that I might not like one, because now the expectation's been risen, hasn't it? It's fair to say. I want them all to be as good as the first one. Probably not going to happen, but that's okay. You know, it's like when we had the Discovery episode, Picard episode that was Nepenthe. It was like, oh, this is so much better. And then we got the season finale, you know. But they can be hit or miss. As long as there's cool stuff, as long as there's cool references, as long as the characters build, as long as I want a bit of that. I want a bit of that continuing arc with the Admiral and the Mum, and that. Like, I want more of the arc. I want more of the relationship stuff. I want more of the building the universe. I want more hints as to the ladies maybe be on the Enterprise D. If we're gonna have cameos from the classics, you know, the original characters. I mean, hey, this could be, well, it couldn't be Kern, but I mean, you know, have you know, when are we going to get those voices? It'll be more than one, I guarantee. It'd have to be, you know, to really play it all. So we're gonna maybe we'll get episode 3 and 6, and maybe the season finale. Because hey, what's the season finale going to be? How are they going to make an epic season finale? That could be the Picard moment, bringing Enterprise E in with Picard.
It could also be the bug moment if it does tie in with conspiracy. Run into the bug, and it ends with Picard if you want Picard there. But yeah, who knows? I'm gonna actually use the conspiracy aliens the way they intended to originally and make it something threatening.
Yeah. 151 likes. Awesome.
With 152 of you here. Welcome everybody. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like, and hopefully you enjoyed that. We're gonna have a lot of breakdown videos to do coming up by the looks of it, because lots to talk about.
And obviously, if we look at the videos, just to pimp out our stuff from this week, please do check out. We do content every day. We try to anyway, of interesting subtopics that I'm sure people don't talk about on anywhere else. So we obviously have 3 reviews that are spoiler free, which will be only for this one and maybe the season finale, just because to give people a sense. Spoiler free, spoiler filled, and our full review analysis.
And my first reaction review.
Yeah, which is has his great animated hymn. And then we had on Saturday the other Federation design teas. We looked at the other ships. The Argo is back on Sunday. The Admiral's uniform first look on Monday. Our favourite Trek references was a live we did on Tuesday. And then we did Orville versus Lower Decks. People thought that video was actually comparing the quality. It was more to comparing the humour and style. But that's that. I thought that was quite a fun debate. And then, what do you think of the characters so far? Was yesterday's live, and then today's episode was the Sarita's Bridge follow-up, where we had quite a fun discussion about that. So if you do like any of that stuff, do have a look.
Check it out. Ozzy puts in $5. Can't wait until tonight at 11 p.m. on all Access CBS for the new episode, Skeleton Hands. And Jeff Jacobs, $2, 151 sweet. Hashtag Lower Decks loves Trek like Spike. Hashtag make Jeff parody. That is awesome.
Brilliant. All right. Well, thanks everyone. What's your final words, Stuart?
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
I was hoping you were going to say like banana or penguin.
Ooh, hot banana.
Up. Bye, guys.